Hello and welcome to another episode of the Oakland Athletics franchise on MLB The Show 23. Last episode we left off in the division series, so let's see who moves on. The defending champion Rangers are knocked off in 5 games by the Twins. Guardians outlast the Red Sox in 5 games as well. So Guardians-Twins for a division rivalry in the ALCS. In the National League, the Phillies over the Cardinals in 5 games, and the Dodgers are able to trounce the rival top-seeded Padres in 4. Dodgers and Phillies for the NLCS. The Guardians make it past the Twins in 7 games, and the Dodgers beat the Phillies in 6 for a repeat of the Season 1 World Series in this franchise. Can the Dodgers get their revenge on the Guardians? Guardians win Game 1 5-0, but the Dodgers take Game 2 5-2. Dodgers win Game 3 as well 7-6, but the Guardians tie it right back up with a 4-1 Game 4 victory. Dodgers take Game number 5 8-4, but they can't close in Game number 6, losing 9-3. The Dodgers at home in Game 7 do get the victory, and they enact revenge for the World Series loss in Season 1. Gavin Lux is World Series MVP with 5 RBIs in the series. Ahmed Rosario is postseason MVP for the AL, and for the NL, it's Gavin Lux. AL MVP goes to Eloy Jimenez, who hit .328 with 45 dongs. NL MVP goes to Austin Riley with 45 home runs and 134 ribbies. Wow. AL Cy Young is Tristan McKenzie, going 19-3 with a 2.73 ERA. NL Cy Young goes to Walker Buehler, who went 20-2 with a 2.30 ERA for his 2nd straight Cy Young award. AL batting title goes to Eloy with that .328 average. In the NL, it's Josh Rojas, who hit .326. AL reliever of the year is Brock Burke for a 2nd straight season with the Rangers. AJ Minter wins that in the National League. Rookie of the Year in the American League goes to Heston Kjerstad, who hit .285 with 25 homers and 76 ribs. Christopher Bacon was up there along with our very own Kenny Stevens. In the National League, pick a Cincinnati Red, huh? Jacob Berry over teammates Noelvi Marte and Caden Grenier. American League first, we'll go with the Gold Glovers. They are Shohei Ohtani, Alejandro Kirk, Christian Walker, Jonathan Scope, Nicky Lopez, Carlos Correa, Dalton Varsho, Byron Buxton, and Kyle Tucker. Silver Slugger Awards go to Eloy Jimenez for his 3rd straight year, Adley Rutschman, Nathaniel Lowe, Trevor Story, Jose Ramirez, Carlos Correa, Mike Trout, Yordan Alvarez for his 3rd straight, and Aaron Judge. In the National League, we'll go with the Gold Glovers first. That's Domingo Herman, Sean Murphy, Buddy Kennedy, Brendan Rodgers, Cabrian Hayes, Ezekiel Tovar, Ian Happ, Cody Bellinger, and Jake McCarthy. While the Silver Sluggers were Austin Riley, William Contreras, Rhys Hoskins, Ozzie Albies for his 3rd straight, Manny Machado, Trey Turner, Mookie Betts, Ian Happ, and Kyle Schwarber. Now we head into the offseason, and our farm director, our pitching coach, and our 3rd base coach all retire on us. So as for retired players, there's not a ton out there, but Yu Darvish hangs it up after 125 wins and 2,000 strikeouts. Madison Bumgarner retires with 141 wins, 2,100 strikeouts, and a career .361 ERA. And then there's the surefire Hall of Famer, Miggy Cabrera, with 3,100 hits, 500 home runs, and a career .307 average. He's the last notable name on the list, and he's the only Hall of Famer in the class of 2025. Our only true free agent is Jose Alvarez, and he's been wonderful for 3 straight seasons with the club. So yeah, I definitely want to bring him back. We'll look into that after taking care of this coaching staff. For pitching coach, Percy Butler looks really good, so we'll offer him $4.4 million over 3 seasons. 3rd base coach, Dan Lopez, would definitely help our staff out, so our offer will be $3.47 million over 3 years. And finally, for farm director, we'll go with Kyle Snyder, who looks really nice. Alvarez seems to like a 2-year offer at $1.6 million per, so that's exactly what we're going to offer this 36-year-old reliever. Percy Butler ends up accepting our offer as pitching coach. Kyle Snyder accepts our offer as farm director, but Dan Lopez spurns us for the Reds to work with all those rookies from last year. So Jonathan Loaisiga will decide to use his option and stay with us and make $6.5 million for next year. Our new third base coach offer goes to Solomon Lincoln for $3.99 million over 3 years. He accepts it right away, so our staff is finally complete. So far, so good, but now the stress of arbitration. Jonathan India put up career numbers this season, and he could be in the prime of his career right now. We definitely want to bring him back. We're going to bank on that. Offering him a deal would go for $6 million per year, so we're just going to use our arbitration right instead and offer him under $3 million at 2.6, expecting to pay around 3. Luis Patino wasn't amazing last year. We're going to bank on a bounce-back season and him improving a bit as he is a young pitcher and offer him some arbitration at just over $2 million. We'll look to get a long-term extension done with Reid Hoffman this year, but for now, we'll just pay him his cheap arbitration price. Thomas Rodriguez is not a great player, but as a cheap trade piece, we'll bring him in for whatever the arbiter decides he's worth. Free agency had a lot of nice players in it when we took a look, but none that we can really afford at the top, except for some reason, Vladdy Jr. He's only got a $13 million per year offer from the Jays on the table. We'll think about that. The Yankees were lowballing nasty Nestor Cortez, so we threw a $10 million deal for just 1 season at him, and he seemed to like it a lot more than the Yankees offer. Dylan Tate is someone I thought I could upgrade our bullpen with, so for 3 years, $16.6 million, we gave him the offer when the O's were only offering 2 years, so we'll give that a shot. Only 3 offers for now, but we're keeping our eye on the Vladdy Jr. situation. Our first trade of the offseason, remember Oswaldo Trujillo? Well, he's ours now, as we unload recent draft pick Luke Fielder, along with Danny Jimenez and Adrian Martinez. We needed to make room for the new signings, and what better way to do that than this? Dylan Tate is the first to sign with us from free agency, and he's posted positive WAR every year but his rookie year, and we need more of that. Brian Reynolds signs with Philly for 5 years, $105. That's a big deal. JT Realmuto leaves Philly for Chicago as the Cubs give him a 1-year big deal. Dylan Cease will be the Angels' new ace for 9 years, $198.9 million. And Nasty Nestor might just be ours with the consistency that he's shown since 2021, as he did ink his deal as an Oakland A for 1 season. Trade 2 is shipping off some older prospects that are starting to need to make it onto the 40-man, so we're just going to get younger, more unproven prospects for the minors from Philadelphia. The next trade is similar, as Webb was going to get lost in the Rule 5 if I didn't place him on the 40-man, and I didn't really want him on the 40-man, so we bring in Roderick Smith from the White Sox instead. More signings as Brendan Rodgers joins our division with the Mariners for $12.5 million a year. Padres gotta be stacked with pitchers, as they now get Zach Gallen for just over $15 million a year. And the Royals are making a splash with Nico Horner on a 5-year deal worth $8.9 million per. That's not a bad price. Logan Webb leaves San Francisco for the rival D-backs at $19.4 million over 6 years. In looking at our budget, we have a good $52 million to play with for the season. Reminder, we need $30 for the stadium payment. So, Vladdy Jr. update. The Pirates lead the race, offering $82.2 for 6. I did the math. That's $13.7 million a year. We can do that. We've saved the money, and it could end up being the old vet by the time we're ready to do some real winning. It might just be this dude. Does he want to join this young, hungry squad? As you see, these offers are so low ball, it doesn't even turn the circle green. It's totally worth throwing an offer out there. 6 years, $85 is what we throw out there. That's $14.1 million per. Devin Williams signs with the Braves for $11.1 million per year. The Rule 5 draft comes and goes with only Dylan Dodd being selected. Just one selection, all draft long. Dustin May will join our division as well for 5 years with the Rangers at $18.3 million per. Tommy Edman signs with the Guardians at $13.7 million per year. And Vladimir Guerrero Jr., one of the youngest and best players in free agency period on the market, has chosen to come to the rebuilding Oakland Athletics. He loves the stadium. We offered him the most money at $14.1 per year. And he said he just wants to get to work and be a part of something that he sees brewing here. We make some more prospect trades, messing around with 40-man guys and trying to get the roster really where we want it. So unfortunately, Poisson is a casualty there. We do end up bringing in Juan Oliveros from the Rockies. He was their top pick last year. We loved him. Then the Pirates send over Rich Gomez, another guy I coveted in the draft last year, and Walter McCall for Prado, who we just got from Colorado. That rhymes. Jax Groshans, but McCall's going to replace him, and Marshall Span, who we got in a different trade, and I don't even remember where we got him from. So I see this as a great move. And the last big domino in free agency is Seti Mullins going to San Francisco. Luis Patino won his arbitration for $2.9 million. Hoffman won his for $1.3 million, his first $1 million. Rodriguez won his for $780,000, and India wins his arbitration at $2.9 million, just what I expected from him. Next up, more fixing the roster. We needed a reliever, so we had to get rid of Rodriguez and Manzardo, mostly because we wanted subscriber JD off the Brewers, and that's what they wanted back. We then flipped Gregory, who we just received, for first baseman to replace Manzardo, Fernando Uribe from the Yankees. Spring training came and went, and if I remember correctly, this is our first positive record in spring all series long. We finished 14-13. And as for the performances, it was kind of weird. Vladdy, Gonzalez, Hoffman, Tim Anderson, India, they all underperformed, with Evan Carter, of all guys, ripping it up. Bucky Carver carved it up as well, with a 1065 OPS. Yikes. But other than those two guys, most hitters were just pedestrian in spring. Pitching? Well, Suarez wasn't the standout in spring for once. In fact, lots of pedestrian there too. Nestor Cortez was the standout, and Luis Patino, Jonathan Loaizaga, Domingo Acevedo, Dylan Tate, Luis Medina, and Gunnar Hoglund were all actually pretty good. Our final budget has $44 million in the bank, with $30 to Pandora's payment. So we're spending $72 million on salaries for players for once. Righty lineup is going to be Hoffman, Gonzalez, Vladdy Jr., India, Bucky, Stevens, Anderson, Walker, and Tyler Soderstrom, while against lefties, it will be Hoffman, India, Anderson, Bucky, Vladdy Jr., Walker, Jason Givens, Soderstrom, and then Stevens. The rotation will end up being Nestor Cortez, Jose Suarez, Yuri Perez, Eric Lauer, and Luis Patino, with Gavin Williams and Roy McBride in long relief. Gavin Williams can always spot start. Dylan Tate, Acevedo, and Alvarez in the mid, and Loaizaga and Zach Jackson will set up for Colby Gaynor to close. How do you guys feel about this team? Any record predictions? Leave those in the comments section below. The A's are ranked as the 14th best team in the preseason rankings, second in contact, 18th for power, 8th in pitching, last in defense, and 8th in speed. Do you agree with those rankings? Opening day is coming right up. Opening day in season number 4 of the Oakland A's franchise, so what better way to get it started than with a full live broadcast here at Pandora Field in 2026, where the Oakland Athletics have signed Vladimir Guerrero Jr., and he is projected to lead them in OPS, homers, and ribbies this year. Reed Hoffman expected to be another big player, as he normally is, and Nestor Cortez is expected to lead this pitching staff, and we'll see if he can do that here. Christopher Bacon, the leadoff hitter for the Detroit Tigers, on a 1-2 pitch takes it to center field, where Stevens will make the catch. Henry Franco comes up, and this is down the line at first. Guerrero with the glove and the step on first. Brings up Riley Green. He likes to hit home runs against this Oakland team, but he doesn't do it there. And that's a 1-2-3 inning for Nestor Cortez. That brings in Tariq Skubal. Had a very good year last year for this Tigers squad. He's looking to have another one facing Reed Hoffman, and Hoffman's always a tough out. And that is the first batter of this game, getting a double up against the wall. Reed Hoffman knows how to start a ball game, and he did it there. Here's Jonathan India. He takes a strike 3 call. He does not like it at all. That's his first at-bat of the season, and he can't stand it. Tim Anderson dribbles one onto second. He's thrown out for out number 2. Hoffman sits at third, looking for Bucky Carver to bring him in. But Buck is not here to, well, at this point in the game. And that'll end the first inning. So we go to the second. Nestor Cortez gets Brandon Drewy striking out. And he goes down on strikes. 3-1 pitch to Eric Haas, and that's outside. Ball 4, inside pitch, high and in. And Nestor says it is his fault. We know it is, Nestor. There he is, striking out Javi Baez, however, and Kerry Carpenter is going to take this one out to center field, where Kenny Stevens can easily make the grab. Not a 1-2-3 inning, but still no runs across the plate. Here's Vladdy Jr., highly anticipated at-bat. I can't think of a more highly anticipated at-bat, and it does disappoint. Here's Jordan Walker. This one's dribbled down to third base as well. 2 straight groundouts for Oakland to start their second inning. Jason Givens lifts one. This one out to center field, and that will get caught easily in center field to end the second inning. We go to the third, where Victor Robles, brand new Detroit Tiger, takes it to center field. That is caught for out number 1. Quincy McAfee trying to bloop this one behind first base, but Jonathan India with a long run and catch. That brings Christopher Bacon right back up, right into the glove of Vladdy Jr., who will go ahead and step on first. To the bottom of the third, Tyler Soderstrom down the first base line. Easy money for the out number 1. Brings up Kenny Stevens, his first at-bat of the season, also down first base for out number 2. Lots of outs here in this game. Reed Hoffman comes up. His second AB goes the other way into the gap, all the way up against the wall. Reed Hoffman with 2 doubles in the ball game the first 3 innings. Here's Jonathan India. He's jammed this one over to short and thrown on to first. That gets us through 3 innings here in Pandora Field. We're still scoreless. We'll be right back. All right, here we go. Top of the 4th inning. Henry Franco up at the plate, and that one is fair. Givens giving it chase into foul territory, and it is just a single for Henry Franco. Brings up Riley Green, who will take ball 4 on a cutter way outside. Again, Nestor, he knows it's his fault. Brandon Drury comes up. This one is deep out to left center field, and Hoffman with a long run will make the catch. But the tag up is successful to put runners on the corners with just one away for Eric Haas. Dribbles one onto Jonathan India. This could be a double play ball. Anderson over to first. They can't get the double play. And Detroit leads at 1-0. Javi Baez takes a walk again. And that puts 2 on with 2 away for Kerry Carpenter, who goes down swinging. And that gets through the middle of the 4th, but the Tigers do get the first run across. Tim Anderson dribbling one down the third baseline. Long throw to first in the dirt. Can't make the play. And Anderson's on first for Bucky Carver, who takes this deep out to left center field. And the grab is made. Anderson's got to go back to first. Here's Vladdy Jr. His second at-bat as an Oakland A, unfortunately, is a GIDP. Last thing we wanted to see. Victor Robles up at the plate in the top of the 5th. And Walker going to range into foul territory and make the grab for out number 1. Here's Quincy McAfee. This is a base hit into right field. The 9-hole hitter coming through with a 1-out single. Christopher Bacon 0 for 2 on the day, but not anymore. This one is headed for the lazy river, and it's in there. Gone. A 2-run shot for Christopher Bacon. 347 feet, 97 exit velo. And that'll make it 3-0 Tigers. Here's Henry Franco. He strikes out. Soderstrom will pick it up, throw it down to first, confirm that second out of the inning. Riley Green up at the plate. Cortez delivers, and Riley Green pulls this thing over the right field fence, and Givens can't bring it back. It is out of here. Like I said, he likes to hit homers against this Athletics team, and he did it here today. He did it in the last game last year that we played them. So 4-0 Detroit Tigers. Brandon Drury comes up, and that's a routine fly ball to center for Stevens to make the play. Walker up at the plate to begin the bottom of the fifth. Look at the glove on Drury. That'll bring up Givens. Givens gives this thing a ride out to right center field. That one's all the way up against the wall. Reed Hoffman-esque. Givens is going to go to third, and it will dig in with a triple, a one-out triple. Can we bring him home? Tyler Soderstrom down the line at first. He steps on first base. That is an out, but it is a run home. And Kenny Stevens with a routine fly ball. Right fielder coming in, making the play. It's 4-1. Cortez staying in the game, though. Striking out Eric Haas for out number 1, his 5th strikeout of the game. Brings up Javi Baez, and Baez to shallow center field, where Kenny Stevens makes out number 2. It brings up Kerry Carpenter. Ooh, nice glove on Jordan Walker, thrown to first, and that will get through the middle of the 6th. Reed Hoffman comes up to start the bottom of the 6th. This one's deep, but it is caught. Routine fly ball out to left. That's about as much pop as Hoffman's got on the ball. There's Jonathan India. This one's hit to center, and that is caught as well. That was a bit of a run. Here's Tim Anderson. This one is blooped. No, it isn't. It's another catch out there in center field. They just can't get the hits down in this one, as we're through 6, 4-1 Tigers. We'll be back. Tariq Skubal's been pitching a gem. Nestor Cortez, he's really pitching well outside of giving up a couple of home runs. Here's Quincy McAfee. He comes up. This one down the line at first, going foul. But Guerrero will make the catch in foul territory. 2 outs. Christopher Bacon goes down, swinging on the high inside cutter. He could not lay off of that one. Bucky Carver to lead off the bottom of the 7th, and Bucky puts a good hit on this one to center field, but unfortunately right into the glove out there in center field. Archie Bradley now coming in. They've had enough of Skubal. Pitched quite well today, and Archie Bradley will come in to try to continue this great performance from Detroit. There's Vladdy down the third baseline, and he is thrown out at first. Bad day for him. Jordan Walker goes down swinging, almost lost his balance, and that'll end the 7th inning. Dylan Tate coming in to pitch for Oakland, his first appearance as an Oakland Athletic. We want to check out all the new guys, of course. Here's Henry Franco. He goes down swinging, and that is out number 1 in the top of this 8th inning. Riley Green hit a homer his last time up, and this time it's down the third baseline all the way to the wall. That one's a powerful grounder, and he'll get himself a double. So a 1-out double. Brandon Drury looking to bring in those runs, and ho-ho, does he. Not only brings in Riley Green, but he brings himself in with a 376-foot bomb. 109 exit velo, and another one that goes into the lazy river. That thing is sucking up balls today. Eric Haas with a dribbler over to Vladdy. Covering first is Dylan Tate. Nice play for the 2nd out. Here's Javi Baez. 0 for 2 on the day. He hits this one to deep right center field. Stevens giving chase. He's not going to get there, and he's got to go get it off the wall. Javi Baez looking to dig in for a triple, and he does. Kerry Carpenter, though, just sits there and looks at it for strike number 3. We go to the bottom of the 8th, where Marco Portillo will come in. Pitched 6 games last year, and here's his first already this year, and he will strike out Jason Givens for the 1st out. Here's Tyler Soderstrom. He takes this one out to center field, and it just looks like the poor hitting from spring is continuing here to start the season, as Kenny Stevens with another high fly ball. This one out to right field, and that is caught to end the 8th. Dylan Tate looking to finish this pitching performance out as he walks Victor Robles, so that's enough of him. Roy McBride will come in. He pitched 46 games last year, and he is here against Quincy McAfee, getting the strikeout for out number 1. Christopher Bacon, 1 for 4 on the day. Make it 2 for 5 as he gets the hit right out towards second base. So 2 on, 1 away. Here's Franco, and Stevens is going to get under this one and make the play for out number 2. So, 1 out left until Oakland needs a hero. Here's Riley Green, and this one's dribbled to Jonathan India. Nice play, nice throw. And we are through the middle of the 9th. Jose Marte is coming in to finish this game off for the Tigers if he can. Reed Hoffman dribbling one onto second base, and he's thrown out quite easily for out number 1. Brings up Jonathan India, who's 0 for 3 today. He hits this thing high and not very deep out to center field. Easy catch, out number 2. Full count for Tim Anderson when he rips one down the third baseline, and another easy play will hand the Detroit Tigers a 6-1 victory. Well, opening day didn't look so good, but what do you think of the team? Let me know in the comments section below. Thank you all for hanging out in these videos. Make sure you keep sharing the video, liking the video. It's really helping the channel a lot, and I appreciate you for it. Thank you, channel members, for your above and beyond support. I absolutely love you guys for that, and I love all of you, FG fam, in case no one told you today.